Morning team, welcome back. Welcome to those that are first time watchers. Yeah, so we had a delivery yesterday afternoon. There's been a bit of anticipation with this thing. What? What's wrong with you? What? Oh, even the doggos are excited. Morning, Brad. Yeah, the telehandler, articulated telehandler, turned up yesterday morning. Yeah, so this it's actually an ex-demo machine, so it's done about 180 hours. This machine's we've ended up spending a little bit more than what we had anticipated, purely, I suppose, because the second-hand market has increased price-wise to, I suppose, the cost of new stuff. Or followed the cost of new stuff, I suppose, and new stuff being hard to get. So, yeah, it's done about 180 hours, and look, we could have bought a second-hand straight telehandler with about 4,500 hours, or we could have bought this thing, and yeah, there was only about $25,000 or $30,000 difference between the two. So we just thought we'll go something with minimal hours or very little hours, as opposed to something that, that's done 4,500 hours. So anyway, the articulated side of things, I probably like this style of machine over, your conventional telehandler, just visibility. You've got, 360 degrees, whereas guys that are familiar with your standard telehandler, you've got or not that aren't, your boom is, well, your cabin's sort of offset and you're a lot lower to the ground, but here you can, on a conventional telehandler, if you're sitting on the machine, the right hand side is usually a bit of a blind side, just because you're looking past the boom, whereas here the steering wheel's in the center of the machine. You are a bit further away probably from the forks and your bucket or whatever than a normal telehandler, but that's just perspective. You'll end up you'll get used to that. Yeah, so obviously 4-wheel drive articulated. It's a sort of first articulated bit of gear, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. We're still waiting on the hay forks and the bucket, but I just said to the guys, look, just get it here, because the stuff we can be doing with it, on this shed extension, and yeah, look, it'd just be good to have it here. We'd paid for it, so yeah, it was good to get it here. Yeah, so inside the cab, one thing I don't like is these. If I can turn that back on, this door goes round and locks in like that, but if I ever catch an employee with that door open like that and the dust blowing in there, there'll be words, I can tell you. Anyway, but one thing I don't like is it's got no gas strut on it, or no strap on it to stop it. If you've got to be really careful. I think it's a pretty big glass door. It does have a good steel frame around it. It's not just glass on its own, but I can see wind getting hold of that and it getting torn off. But anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, I'll hop up in here. Give you a quick rundown. I'm still trying to work it all out myself. Little coolie boxy, toolboxy thing. Handbrake. Yeah, so I'll just fire it up and then we can get a bit of an idea of what's going on. Nice, fancy. Hang on. As I said, I'm still trying to work it out. Come on. It's not making very good footage, is it? Can't work out how to start it. Right, sorry about that, but it mustn't have been in neutral anyway. So yeah, basically got your joystick here for up and down and tilt. Forward reverse on your shuttle is there, just that little one, and yeah, just got an LED display on for all your bits and pieces. What else? Yeah, so boom in, boom out on your rollers here, and then third function on the boom, hand throttle. You can put a post hole digger or something like that on it, so it does have a hand throttle, and also you can lock that third remote in as a post hole digger. UHF obviously, climate control, and yeah, a few bits and pieces here to do with hydraulic flow, and also that one is for responsiveness on your. It's got a variable transmission in it rather than gears, and yeah, it's basically just to set your ground speed and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so pretty simple in the cab here. Good visibility, as I said, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good thing. Good air conditioner in it. I think one thing with your normal telehandlers, from what I can gather or the homework I've done, the air conditioners do battle on them a bit times, just with dust and that. You need the key to open the bonnet, which is a fool of an idea, but anyway. Good servicing. Filters there is an engine filter in there, but it's just got floor pans on it that you drop off. It is AdBlue, which, yeah, I don't know, it's just we've got a 44 gallon drum over there. We've got two other machines with AdBlue now. It is what it is. We're just going to have to deal with it. The powers to be think it's the way of the future. God help us. Anyway, don't get political. So yeah, AdBlue got this enormous bloody great thing up there that looks like a nitrous oxide bottle. So, but yeah, Deutz motor, water cooled Deutz motor, which Deutz motors have been around forever. It's be a very similar motor to what's in a little 516 Fendt, from what I can gather, a little 4-cylinder. Yeah, dipstick to check the oil there. So serviceability, I reckon, is really good. That was one thing I liked about it. You can get at the radiators to blow them out if you need to. I'm not 100% sure whether it's got a reversing fan on it to blow that radiator out, but with it being at the back like it is, I think it, rather than the motor sort of being round on the side like your conventional telehandlers, I think it'll be fine. We might get those side windows tinted, there's a fair bit of glass there. Could be a bit of a sauna if you're not careful. So yeah, we'll get it registered so we can get it on the road, and yeah, we might run it in and get the guys in town to tint the outer windows and even the back one a bit, but just to take just a light tint, just to take the heat out of it. But yeah, no, it should be a good thing, and hopefully, with a bit of the direction we're heading, with intensifying the livestock side of the business, yeah, we're sort of looking at potentially setting up a bit of a feedlot, which I may have mentioned earlier on, for lambs, just a bit of, and work on a bit of trading, at a sort of trading arm to the business, just to, bring more cash flow, essentially, just to and pick up those times of the year where we're light on cash flow. If we could trade 2, 3, 4, 5,000 lambs a year, and pick up, whatever, 40, 50, 60 bucks, it adds a lot to the cash flow of the business. And now, we've got 2 full-time employees, so these guys have got to be essentially paying for themselves as well. So, but anyway, it's all in the planning. There's still a lot of water to go under the bridge yet, but the beauty of this it was one, we had a bit of a safety issue too. Now that we've got the big square baler and we're handling big squares more, it puts a lot of pressure on that little tractor. So that's one thing. rather than it running around feeding even the current stock we've got, and shifting hay and that sort of thing. All those hours will now go on this machine. So look, it's probably with our repayment schedule and that sort of stuff, we've got a lot of equipment that will come off finance in 12 months time. So we potentially could have we sort of looked at it two ways. One, the safety issue, and adding the extra hours to the little Fendt tractor, or do we sort of do it now? It alleviates that safety issue to an extent, and then it also could potentially drop a couple hundred hours off that little tractor. So we just thought, look, we'll bite the bullet this year, and we've got quite a lot of equipment that we will own this in 12 months time, which is a good feeling. And then a lot of our equipment is pretty current sort of stuff. So anyway, that's what it is. Thanks for watching. Nice short sharp one. Product review. Might do another one in 6 months time or whatever, and once we get a bit of a feel for it and see how it's going. But yeah, look, I think it'll be a good thing. See you next time.